Thank you, folks. Thank you, folks. You're far too kind. How's everybody doing today? Okay, well, it seems to me that I want to do another show. I want to talk. I want to sing with the sky forward too. Okay, that's enough of me. That's enough, Mr. Bruno. Okay, wait, I don't even know if my mic was on when I was doing the other shows. Oh man, maybe I was just talking and it seemed like I was just talking to myself. So I might have to re-record the shows that I just did. But anyway, let's talk about UFC 223. Okay. An event mired in controversy, in drama, and a lot of crazy stuff. Okay. And talking about crazy stuff, all this drama started because of a cable cord. Okay. A cable cord started all of this drama. It reminds me of that comic book called The Nail with Superman. But anyway, we're not going to get into that. What we're going to get into is the damn cable cord that almost destroyed UFC 223. Of course, we could talk about Conor McGregor causing a ruckus. Him and his crew attacking a bus with Khabib Nurmagomedov, I can't say his last name, and all these other fighters like Michael Chiesa, Ray Borg, Rose Namajunas. It's crazy how like Conor, I don't know what made him think he could do all that. What exactly? I know. All right. Okay. So apparently, story goes that Khabib cornered Artem Lobov in the hotel and was asking him why is he talking, caca and stuff. And, his group cornered him. Not cornered, but they were just surrounded Khabib, right? And he was trying to talk to Artem. So I guess apparently that angered Conor, and Conor came to Brooklyn, on his own volition with his crew to step up. It's a gangster thing, I guess, they're trying to do. So he takes like a hand truck and throws it at the bus, and, glasses crack. Michael Chiesa, he gets cut, right? Ray Borg gets like glass particles in his eye or something like that. Rose Namajunas is shooken up, so apparently some fights are canceled. And now, but before that, we had Tony Ferguson, who slipped off of a cable because I guess he was trying to talk to somebody and he got injured, right? And he gets stripped of his lightweight interim title, which I think was unfair to begin with. Like, it's like he gets stripped for that, but, Conor gets to keep his belt and never defend it. And I bet you now Conor is no longer the champ either. And I was really looking forward to Max Holloway facing Khabib Nurmagomedov, right? But unfortunately, New York State Athletic Commission said he was undeemed and fit to fight. Okay? Showtime Pettis. They wanted him to step up. And I think they were about to allow him to do a 3-round fight, not a 5. But he was 0.2 heavier. And apparently things didn't work out. And so Al Iaquinta stepped up. Even though New York might not recognize him as a champ should he beat Khabib, Dana said he'd recognize him, as champion. UFC would recognize him as champion. That's very unprecedented. But with that being said, Khabib won, and not only did Khabib won, but Al lasted 5 rounds, okay? And Al is not a pushover of any sort. The guy is on a streak, I felt like some people just thought that Khabib was supposed to just kill Al within the first round or something like that. Joe Rogan's poking holes in Khabib's stand-up. But hey, Khabib stood up, okay? Right? He stood up. He didn't just stay on the ground. He stood up too. So with that being said, the event could have been worse, but at least we got a good main event, and Joanna fought Rose, and she lost. But it's okay. Things happen. In the middle rounds, Joanna looked like she was about to, regain her composure and start whooping. But then the fifth round, things did not go her way. So Rose got the victory. And it's cool. I'd like to see a trilogy, but I'm not sure if it's a trilogy if you fought 2 times and lost. So I don't know who's next for her, but let's see where we go. We'll see where we go. And then Khabib called out GSP, but I don't think GSP is interested at the moment. He says that there's some UFC and Khabib have things to work out. I'd like to see Khabib face other people. I'd like to actually see him face Tony Ferguson, but I'm not sure what's going to happen because there's some kind of curse, and I'm not one to believe for curses and stuff, but come on, bro. It's like every time these guys are getting ready to fight, it never, ever happens. Ever. And it's a disappointment. So with that being said, anytime I hear Khabib and Tony Ferguson in the same sentence, I just lose interest. It's just straight up BS. It's never gonna happen, man. It's always some BS. And I'm angry about it. Although it doesn't really matter. I'm just being overly dramatic. Don't mind me. So I'd like to see what would happen though with Conor McGregor in New York City, because I know New York City, they're pretty tough on crime. So let's see, because you're in a national spotlight, global spotlight. Let's see what happens now, because I've seen in New York City people get arrested for the most smallest of things. So let's see what happens now. Okay. And so now we also have the UFC 224. Okay. We have Raquel Pennington versus, what's her name again? Amanda Nunes. We got Jacare versus Kelvin Gastelum. And then apparently Vitor Belfort's retirement match versus Lyoto Machida. Although I don't think he's retiring. I think he's just leaving the UFC because, unfortunately, and he's had this crazy losing streak ever since he hopped off of TRT. And once you leave the UFC and, let's say go to Ryzen or another organization, he could go back on testosterone replacement therapy, which worked for him in the past. Almost made him a champion, but, it is what it is. I don't really know the specifics of TRT. Some people call steroids HGH or things like that. I really don't know, so I'm not going to comment on it. But talking about suspensions and violations and USADA, Nick Diaz will be free to fight starting April 19th, 2018 of this year, which is 10 days away. How beautiful is that? I'd love to see Nick Diaz return. I'd love to see Nick Diaz return and fight, challenge GSP to a rematch. I just love the drama that surrounds the Diaz brothers, to be honest with you. They just make MMA more entertaining, And talking about entertaining, although I might give him shit sometimes, Colby Covington, the guy who got hit with a boomerang by Fabricio Verdum, is going to be facing Rafael Dos Anjos for the interim welterweight championship, which I don't understand. That part I don't get. I find it very insane how they're just creating interim titles out of nowhere. These titles mean absolutely nothing. I guess these titles are just meant to sell things, but I really don't understand why they're interim titles to begin with if they mean absolutely nothing. But he's been trying, to get his name out there, dragging Brazil under the bus, saying that he wants to make UFC great again, things of that nature. He's trying to get noticed. He is getting his name out there, so it's helping. It really is helping him. So he's flipping people off. He's, I guess in this game of MMA, you got to get known, because it seems that, like, martial artists, they're humble and stuff like that. I mean, not all are humble, but one way you get noticed is by talking your way to the top, like Chael Sonnen. Let's be honest. He barely ever won fights, but then he would always end up getting, like, these title shots out of nowhere. So that's a good thing. But yeah, that's it for me in terms of MMA. Peace out.